right, so we got a much different version of rigs today. We got the Arizona Diamondbacks hat on, but more importantly than the hat, we're gonna be breaking down the M4. Did the M416 ruin, or did the M416 make PUBG Mobile? All right, we're gonna be checking out a video that came across my feed by Zendex. I'm sure a lot of you guys have heard of him. Huge, he's a massive YouTuber, has had massive success, and he did basically the history of the M416. I watched about this much of the video, and I stopped and I said, you know what, this would be great to kind of react to it and, you know, kind of break everything down as we go, because the M4, again, it's a weapon that everybody loves, but it's also a weapon that has done a lot of damage in other areas of the game as the game has progressed. So we're gonna go ahead and check this out. Drop a like on the video, and as always, everybody that we feature on the channel will always drop their links down in the description for you. So we'll go ahead and check this out, and of course, sound off down below what you guys think of the M416 here in PUBG Mobile. All right, let's check this out.
Welcome guys, today in this video we will be looking at the history of the M416 and why the M416 is so popular in PUBG Mobile. First, we need to know how did the M416 became the M416 we know today. For that, we need to go all the way back to
by the way, I love the music. I just love the breakdown so far, going back to season 1. All right, let's go.
Season 1 in PUBG Mobile. This is where the rise of M4 has begun. In my opinion, the M4 has always been a popular weapon even from the beginning of the game. It was a great weapon for new players during the early days of PUBG Mobile. Even after 5 years, everyone is still using M4 because it's just too good. The main reason for M4's popularity is because of its influence in the influencers. You may came across someone using M416 in YouTube videos or on social media, getting those kills effortlessly with long-range sprays. This might have inspired you to use the M4, and later you ended up liking it because of how well it performs in the battlegrounds. Interestingly, the M416 we have today is very similar or identical to the M4 from the Season 1. From what I've observed, the M4 hasn't experienced any major weapon changes.
This is something that we've talked about a lot as well. I'll be pausing throughout, so you can be mad at me all you want. I don't really care. That's something that we talked about just in like a few videos ago, where I said, even though the M4 remains unchanged, it's the reason why all the weapons around, like basically every single weapon in the game, more or less, from shotguns to SMGs to other ARs to sniper rifles to DMRs, every weapon has had some sort of a change made to it, except the M4. So on like a subconscious level, maybe it has something to do with like the sheer nostalgia. The game was there from the very first day we downloaded. It wasn't a weapon, that was added in later, and they've made zero changes to it, yet it's still just as relevant today as it was when the game first released in 2018. A subconscious nostalgia. All right, let's go.
The damage was the same since the beginning. It had chest damage of 41, still 41. Bullet velocity also remained the same, maybe the recoil slightly increased, but I'm not quite sure, since I don't have data dating back since Season 1. For now we can assume no changes were done to the M416. Even PUBG is afraid to make any significant changes to the M416 because it's an incredibly popular weapon. If they were to nerf it by reducing its damage or increasing its recoil, it would undoubtedly affect every single player in PUBG Mobile. Many players would complain, leading to a potential outcry from the gaming community.
Again, this is something that we've touched on a lot, is whether they should truly nerf this weapon. And I think the people that are most, that are the loudest about it are the ones with the biggest microphones, but that doesn't necessarily mean that that's what the overwhelming majority of the player base would want. And that's the tough thing. You got some of us here, amongst content creators that have had huge issues with the M4 and, just the whole spray meta as a whole. But again, going back, and I've said it before, the majority of the players like it. They like it. And if you piss off over half the player base all at once by changing this weapon and they leave and go play another game, now that opens up a can of new worms where you're going to have other issues. So yeah, he's absolutely spot on 100% so far.
However, the new players who are unaware of these weapon changes would find themselves struggling to get kills on the battlegrounds. Their once trusty M4 wouldn't pack the same punch, which could lead to frustrating defeats. Eventually, this could result in some players quitting the game altogether, and PUBG doesn't want this to happen, so the M4 remains unchanged. But how did the M416 achieve this status? Well, here are several factors or reasons for its popularity.
I loved how he did this.
Number 1 is the versatility. The M4 is the most versatile weapon in the entire game, suitable for almost any combat situation. Whether you're in close combat fights or engaging at mid-range targets or even the long-range sprays, you're good to go as long as you're not up against snipers.
I would disagree on the close quarters. Not most. Every SMG will beat an M4. Every 7.62 will beat an M4 in CQC. Even the Scar-L, does more damage than the M4. So I disagree with that. 100% disagree with that. The M4 is not known for its CQC capabilities. It's always mid and long range. It's known for its sprays.
Basically, the M4 can be adapted to any situation. With the right attachments, it can perform well in a wide range of combat scenarios. This takes us to number 2,
nice.
Customizability. M4 offers the most customization in any weapon. I think this is why many players consider M4 as superior to the Scar-L and other weapons, because M4 provides an additional attachment slot for tactical stock, which does reduce recoil by 2 to 3%. Number 3 is reliability and consistency. M4 is known for its great reliability, making it one of the most consistent weapon in the game. When equipped with right attachments, especially the vertical or angled grip, your sprays become very reliable and consistent, thanks to M4's predictable recoil. This reliability greatly helps you to easily control your shots, making it simpler to aim and spray down your opponents accurately every time you use it.
Nice.
Number 4 is availability.
Availability. It's on every single. This is an absolute gem. This video that Zendex did. It is. He's saying like everything that I'm expecting him to say next. Like he says it. This is. It's kind of crazy. Like how I feel right now. This video is it's so good.
M416 is literally the most commonly used gun in the PUBG mobile. However, this doesn't mean it's extremely easy to find, nor is it very difficult. It falls somewhere in between. While it's not a rare weapon, you can still come across it regularly throughout the map. However, due to the M4's popularity, most players will grab an M4 whenever they see one. And most importantly, it's available on every map. Number 5, learning curve. For many players, investing time to master one gun pays off, and the M416 offers a good balance between being beginner-friendly and having a high skill ceiling. Number 6 is familiarity. As players become more familiar with a weapon and its recoil pattern, they tend.
Notice in a lot of these clips, he's using what, fam? M4 UMP. This, I'm loving this. Every single passing second, I'm loving this more.
To stick with it. Given the early popularity of the M416, many players have spent countless hours mastering it, making them less likely to switch to another weapon. And the number 7 is, I mentioned before, popularity among streamers and pros. Many professional players and popular streamers prefer the M416, and their fans often follow suit. When new players see top-tier players using a particular weapon, they are more likely to use it too. All these factors makes the M4 stand out from other weapons. So in summary, the M416's combination of versatility, reliability, and balanced stats, along with its strong reputation among the PUBG mobile community. The universal reliance on the M4 speaks volumes about its place. It's not just another weapon in the game. For many, it's the go-to weapon because of its widespread use and the strong attachment players have to it. Anyway, that's all I got for this video.
Now, one thing I'm truly shocked Zendex didn't mention in this video, as he was wrapping it up, is everything he said was spot on. But he forgot one very, very important thing. And I know it's important because not only do I feel this way, But it's also in all the comment sections of the videos where we're talking about the meta and the spray, and specifically the M4 and what the M4 has done to the game. But guys, at this point, there is a financial investment in the M4. And I'm not just talking about from, the PUBG Tencent side. We're talking about the player base. People have spent so much money on this gun. And not only that, but the real nostalgic skins like the Glacier M4 with the on-hit effect. When people first saw that, they were blown away. And then you had the full M4. I mean, there's been a lot of hallmark, iconic M4s that have dropped in the game that people have spent a ton of money on. And as stupid as we might want it to sound, skins play a huge role in people's preference for this weapon specifically. No other weapon has had more skins than the M4. Nobody has spent more money of their own hard-earned money. So if you have a fully maxed out M4, say level 7, whatever, and then you have say there's a Scar L on the ground, even though the Scar L might be better, it does more damage. If you look, okay, I get the M4 that has my skin on it, or the Scar L that doesn't. Let me get my skin. I want to see my kill message. I want to see my loot crate, my glorious moment, whatever. So there's a big financial investment in this weapon that the player base has in this weapon. So what do you guys think, man? Sound off in the comment section. Absolutely love what Zendex did with this video. I want to hear your thoughts down below.